This is Florida Natural Farming at Frog Valley Tropical Fruit Farm. I'm gonna go and check some banana trees because the weather has turned a little somewhat chilly and it's a good time to divide stuff. So I gotta divide these heliconias. Maybe some of this torch ginger, but this one hasn't bloomed yet. Got to keep the heliconias beat back a bit along the driveway, otherwise they get carried away. So we have this orchard floor. We're Biodynamic Rare Tropical Fruit Farm, Biodynamic Certified Rare Tropical Fruit Farm. We're in Vero Beach, Florida, and we grow everything naturally. We don't water anything, so everything is dry farmed, and we don't walk on our orchard floor. All the diversity in our orchard floor is diversity in phytochemicals in our fruit. That's how that goes, or how that plays out. So I don't divide this ginger. I have in the past, but it like will die back. And it's right along the driveway, and I don't want it to die back. I want it to stay healthy looking. Some of it died. This tree here got blown over by the hurricane, but it's coming back. Hurricane Ian, we had 2 hurricanes come through here. So our bananas, we had lots of racks, but our bananas during Ian mostly fell over. Some shorter bananas that had small racks on them did not fall over, but it was kind of a disappointment, but that's okay. There's always going to be more bananas. I mean, I've divided more than 200 of these bananas and planted them. They're everywhere. All this ginger started from one plant, and basically that's how these bananas are. So the heliconias I divided last winter. So this time last year that I planted and, put here, and they never died. They survived the drought because none of this stuff is watered, and we had like the driest summer ever, and our pond went dry, which was shocking. I've never seen that before in the middle of summer. And when I started here, this was all lawn. And I tried to plant a heliconia in it when it was just lawn and not water it, and it died right away. And I soon discovered that in order for it to survive, you needed to have all these weeds and stuff in the sand. And then what we do is we apply what basically is a compost pile. Clean out our barn, Zebu manure, it's pine shavings, and a little grass hay. And I drop it daily. This is what I drop daily. And it eventually turns into compost. It's very hot in there. It is compost. It doesn't turn into compost. It is compost in place. This is tiny little micro piles of compost applied daily. Just not biodynamic compost. Oh, did I leave mail out here? I don't know how I forgot that. So here's some bananas here, and I started planting them 2 years ago. I thought they would have racks by now, but we had the freeze last winter and then the drought this summer. This one I think has only been in the ground a year. And then I planted some last winter. So they're looking good finally. You know, these are all dry farms, so it takes them sometimes a little bit longer to establish. But once they do, they do just fine. This was a very troubled spot, this lawn, and you can see now it's like super diverse. It just started getting like that. Stuff finally is like looking good in here. This torch ginger actually survived the drought. It's one of our piles of manure. So I have all kinds of stuff planted in here. It's that little curry leaf tree. Got lemons. That's about what we got. So I'm gonna look at these, see if I can get plants off of them. There's not a lot. I have been kind of staying on top of it. But I see some I could get, but I have to get these. I tried to divide this more last year. I don't have, this is like the only large stand of bananas I have, and there were fire ants in that. That's why it wasn't cleaned out, but there's some little tiny rack there, and it looks like it's getting ready to bloom right there. So I don't know, it's such a pain in the ass taking out those large clumps. I'm probably not going to do that. It's just like shovel breaking time. It's the best sugar cane. Yeah, none of these bananas have pups. I guess that's good. They look good though, right? So that longan over here. There's one. 200 bananas. I put manure in here. I need to finish doing this, so a daily thing between each one, but I didn't finish. I stopped right there. I need to get these last row. Little bananas in here. Ginger, I planted this ginger 2 years ago. It's finally popping up. I'm telling you, it's not as easy as people think, but I know that if I had started off with the mowed lawn and spread out Zebu manure on it and then took a pitchfork and poked in the ground, you know, worked the Zebu manure into the ground. So I just noticed this the other day. This looks like a Calicina. I think it's the giant one. Cherry of the Rio Grande. It's got bigger leaves, so it would make sense, but I could be wrong. I have to ask my friend Frank, who gave me that. So poke the Zebu manure into the ground, you know, pitchfork depth deep, you know, leave the lawn, I bet that everything would have been a lot further along. In fact, I know it would. I have no doubt. It just... I didn't have the Zebus at the beginning. I was like, well, how does India grow these mangoes and stuff? And it's like, the little miniature Zebu, the humped cow of India. I love them. The sacred cow to go with the divine trees. Yeah, there's not a lot of banana harvesting. Well, that's kind of good. I don't have to kill myself on bananas. I don't know why this took me so long, but this realizes ginger likes to be grown in shade. Ginger officinalis, you know, in a woodland setting. I don't know why that took me so long to figure out. I want to look at these Luke's Garcinias because I don't always look at Luke's Garcinias. We got about 100 Luke's Garcinias. I planted a Monstera leclerariana on this tree there. I'm doing them all on all the, you know, the invasive species trees. So there's a Luke's Garcinia. Look at that. That looks good, huh? They're finally popping up. There's another one right over here. They look good. I don't know, this whole tropical fruit growing experience. It's a seed-grown sugarloaf mango. That's a seed-grown sugarloaf mango. It's been a interesting journey. It wasn't as easy as I thought, or maybe it was easier than I thought, and I thought it was harder than it was, or I just didn't know. I didn't understand. I don't know. I wonder if I had to start over, if I just had to use the Zebu manure, if that's all I would need. Of course, I'd have to do the biodynamic preps to stay biodynamic certified, but the Zebu manure is kind of amazing. I guess in India it is considered the holy grail for not the miniature Zebu, but the miniature indigenous cows of India that they have over there. I think these are hybrids of the miniature ones, but they're not the exact same thing. But they're just from India. It's as close as I could get. I see no bananas. This is where one of those fruiting bananas fell over. I don't see this one here. So there's a couple I could divide here and there. Not very many. This one I should probably leave. I would probably leave. So I had a seed grown, it's a cha-cha tree, a seed grown soursop in here, you know, little tiny seedling I planted out here that was this big, like last year I think, And I just saw it for the first time this year, and then this tree, Hurricane Ian, did this, and I couldn't find it. And then I see it. I see it right there. There it is. You probably don't see it. There, right there. Mm-hmm. Seems to be doing okay though. And I want all the leaves to fall off that thing, and then I'm gonna like chop it up with my little chainsaw and distribute it around the farm, the bits of wood. People think we don't use wood chips, but I use wood chips every day. Just horrified seeing the way people grow here in Florida with putting in systems that they designed for tractors. It's like strange to me. This is that kumquat that got eaten by those black swallowtail butterflies. This Zebu looks good. I want to go look at this purple mountain guava. I guess I could divide some off here. I know people that put food forests in their yard. It's like, I don't know how they, I mean, I think they're cool, but in a small yard, it's like, I mean, I have 10 acres and thousands of trees, and it's like, I mean, I could find fruit pretty much every day of the year, but is it fruit bonanza every day of the year? No. Definitely not. Not yet. We've only been here 7 years. So it was all lawn before that. This tree. Because, you know, I plant these little seed-grown trees right in these weeds. And when they're like little, and this was a gift from a friend of mine, Frank, thank you. And it's a purple mountain guava, I guess, which is cool. Seems totally healthy. I'm excited about that. It's a little blue lily-pilly. That's what I thought it was. And he goes, no, that's a... Like, oh, okay. That's a purple mountain guava, I think is what he said. This is an oil nut. Another incredible tree from India. It's a little cacao, of course. And this is a Plenia inflata, the giant mulche. Little trees everywhere. Here's another Luke's Garcinia. They're everywhere. Here's another Luke's Garcinia. I'm telling you. Chachiro. It's a giant, crunchy white Thai guava. They all grow the same way. They're all seed grown, all these trees. Almost all. This was actually a nursery bought a chachiro tree. So, the cacao are looking stellar. So I cleaned the weeds from around my cacao. You know, I wanted to see what because they fruit on the stem, or on the, you know, on the trunk of the tree. Look at that. Dendrobium. It's shocking they tell people you have to water those things. Yeah, there's some fruit on it. I saw. This is a seed-grown cacao tree. You know, it's what they make chocolate out of. Cocoa. We've got about 30 of these trees. This is currently our only fruiting tree, but I'm sure in the next few years we're gonna have several more fruiting trees come online. I see this huge fruit on this Garcinia. It got beat up by the storm. I mean, look at all the leaves that got lost on it, but I see this huge freaking fruit there. Garcinia intermedia. I see a bunch of fruit on it actually now that I look. There's some there. There's some there. So those are coming on. There's fruit. I mean, we have lemons, and I could find a sugar apple, I'm sure, if I looked. So here's a Philodendron pustosonum. See, a caterpillar likes that. That's interesting. This is a cutting I just put there a little while ago. I should look at this Philodendron maximus. This is like, I think this is the only nursery bought plant I have out growing out here. All the rest are cuttings that are growing outside the sunroom. It looks good. That's going to be a new leaf, I could tell. It looks good. It looks really good. Yay. I was worried about that plant because I had planted it out here earlier and during the drought in the summer, and it almost died. And so then I put it back in the house in compost, in the sunroom in compost, and rehabilitated it, and it started looking good, and then it started looking bad again. So I'm like, I need to put it back outside. So here's some more bananas that I could get some pups off of. I see. I had to trim the leaves off this because it was like blew over before. Same with that one down there, and I didn't want it to blow over, so I cut all the leaves off some of these bananas. I'm looking at this Philodendron Chironia mascara. It's a new leaf. Interesting. And then it's a banana I had to cut all the leaves off of. Same with that one. This is Philodendron esmeraldense. Looks good. That's a new leaf. Can you see it down there? There. Got them to grow up these nitrogen fixing trees. This is citrus that hasn't fruited yet, but it's a few years from seed. It's from like a old sweet orange grove from Florida, organically grown, not certified, but Now it's biodynamically grown. So this is a, who is this? That's a cutting of Philodendron Chironier tenue cross. Thing about winter, the orchids are starting up. So I guess I don't have a lot of bananas to divide this year. I planted some stuff along here too, yeah, because I want this all to be like those philodendrons, you know, through here. And the leaves get huge on them, so it'll look good. Who is this? Pastizanum plamanii. That's who that is. The little abiu trees are looking good. It's very wet here. Wet and cool, another abiu tree. I'm gonna go look at my little sacred cows, just because I haven't gone and seen them in a while. Functional diversity, that's what they call this. Self-sustaining, I guess. Regenerative farming. Bird people. I know. Oh, I can't wait till mango season. See how horrible I am? It's like whining about them. But really, I haven't really been stressed out over the farm since I gave up the organic thing. So that was good. Yeah, we're not organic certified. We are only biodynamic certified. Tamarinds, sweet, biodynamic certified tamarinds. These are sweet tamarinds. This is like the largest they've ever. This tree's been fruiting for us for a few years. It's a tiny little grafted tree from Excalibur that just stayed stunted, probably because it's super compacted here right in front of the well house. That would be my guess. Pee. Ooh. Yep. The swamp. There's my darling little cows. I had to clean their house as soon as I'm done here. Hi, you guys. Are you cold? Hi, Midnight. What are you doing? Hi, Carnation. Hi, Pepsi. Yeah, you're darling. I love you. Hi, little girl. What are you doing, huh? She's a cowgirl. I love the cows. Anyway, you guys need to go out and eat. This is Florida Natural Farming at Frog Valley Tropical Fruit Farm. Hope you have a beautiful day.